Compared to Season 2, Season 1 of Arcane has so many iconic scenes, so many deeply emotional, character-driven moments that stick with you long after finishing the show. However, there's one moment that stands above the rest as a truly perfect scene. And that scene is in Episode 7 when Silco farts at the Chembaron meeting.
Oh, you don't recognize it.
This is such a deeply profound moment with so many layers that I don't even know where to begin. Firstly, I know what some of you are thinking. How could a fart be this bad? Maybe you're thinking that this isn't realistic and the characters are overreacting. But let me break it down like this. For starters, everyone knows the saying, silent but deadly, and we don't hear Silco blasting ass here. Secondly, we can't talk about farting without talking about diet. Think about what we see characters from Piltover eating. Cupcakes, sandwiches, ginkgo nuts. Even Jace gets to eat squid while he's in prison. They're eating well up there. Even some Undercity characters have a pretty good diet. Vander is big and muscular, so you know he's gotta be eating well. We see Vi eating pretty good throughout the show, but then we get the Silco. What do you notice? He's super skinny, probably underweight. He's definitely not eating a lot. All we ever see him do is drink whiskey, which can't be very good for his digestive system, and that is gonna have devastating consequences. It goes without saying that nobody hates the smell of their own fart, which is why Silco is unaffected here, but let's not get hung up on the logic here. Let's talk about character, because that's what this scene is all about. First of all, think about who acknowledges the fart first.
What's that?
This is such a powerful move by Silco, walking into a room, breaking wind, and then not saying anything until someone else notices, because Silco knows the age-old proverb, if you smelt it, you dealt it. Obviously, everyone is gonna figure out that it was Silco anyway, but it's too late. He's established his dominance over the rest of the room, and now he's in the driver's seat. Next, let's take a look at the line he says here.
Have you forgotten where we came from? The mines they had us in?
What does he mean here? Why would he bring up the mines at a moment like this? Well, think about it. In Season 2, we get to see where Silco used to work with Vander, and what do you notice? It's dark, damp, and there's no airflow. Someone cuts the cheese down there, you're screwed. And this is what Silco is referencing. He's saying, you're too young to remember when I used to blow a hole in my shorts underground, because that was 100 times worse. As we all know, this is the main reason why Vander tried to drown Silco with his bare hands. But that's what makes Season 2 so insulting. Because in the alternate timeline episode, they tried to imply that Vander would have forgiven Silco under the right circumstances. This is just completely unrealistic. You've seen the mines. You've seen how bad the effects are. If I was Vander, I'd try to kill Silco too. What he did was unforgivable. And lastly, let's go over the big question. Why would Silco do this? Why would he show up to an assembly and rip ass like this? What was his goal? What message was he trying to send here? Well, I think this whole scene harkens back to a very famous quote by, I believe it was Einstein, that goes, "My only stance is that I shit my pants." I don't know what that means, but I feel like it relates to this scene in some way. In conclusion, that is why Season 2 is so insulting, and this scene is one of the best scenes ever crafted in the history of television.
Good meeting.